We've all had bad gifts, right? I'm talking about the gift that's like that one candle that's been obviously regifted. It's a little dusty, a little crusty, and you don't want that gift. Nobody likes those gifts, so I'm here to give you alternative ideas on what to give your loved ones for Christmas to show that you actually care. Today I want to share with you how to enhance a gift or how to make something homemade by embroidery. Let's get started. I love embroidery because it's easy to learn, it's relatively cheap, and it's completely personalized. It's a great craft because of how easy it is to pick up and down. I have a 2-year-old running around, and so I love that I can just set it down whenever I need to grab her, and then I can be on my way again. The first thing that you need to embroider is fabric. So you're gonna want a looser weave fabric like cotton. The next thing that you're gonna want is an embroidery hoop to pull it taut. Then you're gonna need a needle. And you're gonna need a needle that is thick enough to hold embroidery floss because it's thicker than thread. Then you need scissors. So you're gonna want a little cute scissors, little small scissors like this. So these are all basics of embroidery, and they can all be found on places like Amazon, any craft store, Michael's. No Joann's anymore, guys, so sorry. To begin embroidery, you're gonna need to learn a couple stitches to create the designs that you're gonna need. These are all super easy. You can find lots of tutorials online for them. I'm not gonna get too into it and tell you what you need. But the few ones that you would really need are satin stitch, the lazy daisy, the stem stitch, the back stitch, and the French knot. Of course, there's tons of other knots that you can do and stitches, but these are just the basic ones that are gonna help you get pretty much any project done. So let's move on to specifics. The basic steps on how to embroider is by cutting your size of fabric to what you need. So this is going to be an eventual stocking. So it's cut in the size of a stocking. And then you're going to want to fit it into your hoop. You're going to want it to be nice and taut so that you can keep it all in place so it's not shifting everywhere, but not too tight or else it won't do right for you. And then you're going to want to do your floss. So then you're gonna want it to be a decent sized floss. You want it long enough that you don't have to keep replenishing it all the time, but you don't want it too long because then it gets super knotty and then it's really hard to work with. And so then you're gonna thread your needle. And it's kind of hard because the floss is a little bit bigger. So here's a great little trick to do. It's a little gross, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. But you're gonna wet the end of the floss, and you can do that with your mouth if that's how you wanna do it, or you can do it with a little bit of water. And you're gonna wanna pinch it with your 2 fingers and make sure that it's all nice and flat. And then you're gonna try to put it into the head of the needle. And it can take a couple tries, but you just gotta keep on working with it, and you'll eventually get it. So, and then you're gonna wanna tie the other end of your thread with a knot so that when you pull it through the fabric, it's not pulling all the way through, so it gets stuck in there. You can then begin embroidering by piercing the back of your fabric. So you want to go from the back to the front always. And so then when you do that, you're going to, it's gonna be able to create the design that you want. So after that, choose what stitch works best and complete your design. When completed, tie off the thread by going back to the last stitch done on the back side. And you're gonna create a little loop, and you're gonna wanna make nice little knots that are gonna hold for you guys. And then you're gonna wanna clip them off so that it's not super busy on the back, so that you're not messing with all the other stuff there, so it's easy for you to work with. Okay, so how can we apply all of this? So my favorite thing about embroidery is how customizable it is. So you can really make anything that your mind wants to do. You can sew words, florals, or animals. You can also incorporate different mediums like fun fabrics or sewing beads and jewels into your project. So here's some just ideas that you have right now on what you can make for Christmas. You can make ornaments with embroidery. This is a cute little one. It's a little Christmas hat. You can make ornaments with classic Christmas patterns like that one, or with like snowflakes or bells. You could also make an ornament that's funny, like with a felt one for like a character or something that totally relates to the person that you are gifting to. Another customizable another idea that is customizable is stockings. So you can buy a stocking and embroider the name on top, or you can try your hand at sewing and make your own homemade stocking, like the one that we showed you in this one. Super fun, super beautiful and cute. And then I'll leave you with one last idea, though this is far from the limits of what you can do. A great gift idea to embroider is clothing. So you can do it with a design in mind. This one is a Halloween one, but you can also do Christmas or anything that the person that you're creating for loves. So you could do like a sports team or a school name or anything that your little mind can create. You could also make a design on the side of some Chuck Taylors if it's a shoe enthusiast, or you can embroider initials on your gifted schools into a college, your gifted school or college into a shirt, sweater, or sweatpant. And then you can also use the technique called reverse applique, which is this, to create a design. So in conclusion, I hope that I'm leaving you guys with some ideas on how you can enhance your Christmas gift this year. I hope you take this as inspiration to totally customize your own Christmas gifts and show people that you care, and that you don't give people little crusty, dusty little regifted candles this year. So thank you for your time today, and Merry Christmas. Here's my audience. Let's see. Okay, bye.